So yeah, it's finally out on console after a 2.5 week delay, roughly. Um, I did buy it. Like, I've talked about my favorite games of all time before. This is in my top three. Like, I had to buy the remaster. I just had to. I couldn't wait till it came out on console to do a blind playthrough. Like, I couldn't. Excuse me. Sorry. So yeah, I already played and beat it. It took me about 12 hours on PC, but that was also with doing some skips because I knew puzzle solutions. I'm not going to be doing that as much here because I want people to experience the entire game, or as much as the game as I can. I don't know how many episodes I'm able to get done today because my roommate is at a car show, and he said he'll be back early afternoon, late evening, or late afternoon, early evening. Um, Trying to think of what else to talk about quick. Oh, RoboCop is gonna have to get pushed into next month. Mafia has gotten some gameplay clips, and I'm really worried about that game now. So I'm gonna wait for reviews on that, and then in place of that, I'm gonna play RoboCop, the RoboCop expansion, and then MGS at the end of that month, and then somewhere in between there, I gotta finish Borderlands 3. This should only take me a day or two of recording, if that. This game's not super duper long. The hardest part for me is going to having to get used to controls because I'm used to having a mouse and tab, and yeah, it'll make sense in a minute.
Look at you, hacker. A pathetic creature of meat and bone, panting and sweating as you run through my corridors. How can you challenge a perfect, immortal machine? In 2072, a rogue artificial intelligence known as Shodan lost her mind. In her limitless imagination, Shodan saw herself as a goddess, destined to inherit the earth. That image was snuffed out by the hacker who created her.
February 3rd is the day the magic happens. The Von Braun, the first starship in history capable of traveling at faster than light speed, will undertake her maiden voyage. This incredible journey is the result of teamwork between the UNN Protectorate and the incredible scientific minds at the newly relicensed Tri-Optimum Corporation. Imagine being able to travel to distant star systems in a period of weeks. It's all part of Tri-Op's commitment to the future. The Von Braun is packed with over 1.8 billion flight, scientific, and security systems, nearly all developed by Tri-Optimum and its wholly owned subsidiaries. Providing security for the Von Braun as she plows through the heavens will be the UNN Rickenbacker. At her helm will be no less than Captain William Bedford Diego himself, hero of the Battle of Boston Harbor during the Eastern States Police action. This incredible union of government and corporation is made possible by an intricate series of docking mechanisms that will allow the Rickenbacker to piggyback its way into jump space.
Rickenbacker.
Sleek. Fast. Revolutionary. Who knows what wonders await our crews in the bosom of the cosmos? All we do know is that it's a great day for mankind.
This is Dr. Marie Delacroix of the UNN Von Braun. We've been hijacked by an unknown force. Ship security has been compromised. Do not allow the ship... Repeat, do not allow the ship to leave under any circumstances. I don't know what we're up against here.
Oh god, gyro aiming.
Welcome to the Ramsey Center UNN recruitment facility. Please watch your step when leaving the train. The grav shafts at the end of the... Step into the grav shafts to proceed to the street-level recruitment center.
Guess that's how you lean.
Before you choose your career, you'll want to learn some basic abilities. First, you should go into the Basic Training Center. When you're done with basic training, proceed to the Advanced Training area. To pick up... Welcome, trainee. While you're in our virtual training courses, we provide you with a simulated cyber interface. This
Oh
training
wow,
interface is
they actually like increased the HUD size from the trailers.
an actual military
Because the HUD
grade
size was
cyber
fucking
interface.
tiny in some of the trailers for us, for the console
Currently,
versions.
You should be able to look around freely. That means you're in shoot mode. Now, press the switch mode button. This puts you in use mode, where you can access your inventory and interact with items in the world. You can also access various MFDs, or multi-function display screens, from within use mode. Open up your character MFD
Oh
by
wow, this
selecting
is
the
very well
located at the
designed.
bottom of your screen, or by cycling to it within use mode. The character MFD displays your strengths and abilities pertaining to different skills. When you're ready to continue, press the switch mode button to go back to shoot mode. Try changing between use and shoot modes until you get the hang of it. You'll be doing this frequently. Now follow the red path along the ground to pick up an item. First, highlight it by centering it in your view. A highlighted item will display brackets around it, showing you that it can be picked up. You can then press the Interact button to pick it up, which will automatically place it into your inventory. To interact with objects like buttons and computers, highlight them.
I know I'm skipping some of these.
View and pressing the Interact button.
I'm trying not to.
Similar
I forget
items,
what the
all
trigger
usable
is.
objects will be highlighted with brackets around them. Go ahead and activate the lift by interacting with the button on the pillar. If you can still see your inventory, it means you're in use mode. You can return to shoot mode by pressing the switch mode button. The item you see here is a med hypo. Pick it up, then open your inventory by pressing the switch mode button. Now try pressing the use button on the med hypo to restore some of your missing hit points. Your hit points are represented by the top bar in the lower left corner of your screen. Many items in your inventory can be used by pressing the use button. See the crate in front of you? You can search crates and other similar containers for items by highlighting it and pressing the Interact button. This will display a small container window revealing what is inside of it. To take an item from the container, highlight it and press the Take button. This will automatically place that item in your inventory. To close the container window and return to shoot mode, press the Switch Mode button. One of the most important tools you have as a soldier is your Personal Digital Assistant, or PDA. This device
Yeah, we might be in the
stores audio
2250s,
logs,
but we still have
emails, and
PDAs.
other useful information. You can open the PDA by selecting the disk
2270s?
located
I
at the
can't
bottom of
remember.
your screen, or by
2280s?
within use mode.
Fuck.
Now try picking up the audio
I think
log.
2250s is the first game. They literally just talked about it, Ian.
The message currently visible on your screen is coming from the audio log you just picked up. You can listen to the most recent log you picked up by pressing the Play Media button. Conveniently, your PDA now contains that audio log, which can be replayed at any time in the Logs section. You're also able to reread any email received in the Email section. Similarly, as you complete objectives and discover crucial items, now it's time to learn about jumping
Ah!
mission data. To jump, simply press the Jump button. Some serve to climb a ladder, simply walk into it and look upward. You'll automatically start climbing the ladder.
Okay, so the jump still works the same. See here, can we still jump up this? Yeah, it's just very awkward. So basically, it's like you jump up, but you don't really have like an animation of climbing up, so it's just boop. It's kind of like you put your arms up and then pull yourself up.
You've done well. Remember, if you're unclear on any aspect of what you've just learned, you can repeat the training as often as you wish. completed basic training, you're ready for...
All right, wannabe.
Yeehaw.
Have you on board. Now
Oh
let's
my god, I can check with the reload animations.
pick up the pistol and the clip from the table. You can equip the weapon by either dragging it into your weapon equip slot on the right side of your inventory, or by selecting equip from the actions menu. To lock and load the ammo clip, hit the reload button. Once you've loaded the firearm, take a shot at the dummy robot by pressing the fire button when in shoot mode. Notice how its health bar gets shorter as you chip away at it.
Okay, look at this reload animation. Ah, it doesn't play. Damn it. It's literally like you're putting the case of bullets into the gun. It's so funny looking. And I love it. See?
Some items need to be charged with energy before they can be used. Pick up the laser pistol. Now, use the recharging station nearby. The recharge station will juice up all your energy-based items. Weapons, batteries, you name it.
You're gonna be hearing that a lot because the pistol and the energy pistol are like your workhorses for the start of the game. Honestly, I kind of like having up on the D-pad be your...
Weapons are not fine wines. They do not get better with age. The colored dot on the lower right corner of the screen tells you what kind of shape your firearm is in. Green is good, red is bad. To fight the effects of wear and tear, a soldier with maintenance skill can use a maintenance tool to improve the condition of his weapon. Just pick up the tool, open your inventory, and drag the tool onto your pistol. Remember that maintenance tools are only good for a single use. Good work. Now you're ready for the Marines. Take a look at the other training area.
Inside, we'll teach you the basics of some... Welcome. You'll notice when you're in the cyber... The object in front of you is a container of nanites. Nanites are consumed whenever you perform technical tasks, such as hacking or repairing. When you pick up the container of nanites, they do not go in your general inventory, but are instead displayed in use mode on the bottom left of your screen. Walk over to the keypad by the door and try out hacking.
One sec. Oh yeah, I was gonna look up what playthrough I did for this the first time on PC. And then I saw my friend messaged me. There's my Steam app. Games. Let's see here, my game content, my achievements. Marines, that's what I thought I chose.
Use the keypad by interacting with it. To the right of the number pad, you'll see an orange tab.
Damn.
Hack. Select the tab. Text will appear indicating the difficulty of the hack and any bonuses that apply. Select the Start button to begin hacking. You'll see a grid of nodes. Selecting a node will either turn it bright or dark. To successfully hack, you must connect 3 bright nodes in a straight line. Beware the ice nodes with the red outlines. If one of these turns dark, you fail the hack, and you might break the item you're working on, or worse. You can restart your hack attempt at any time by selecting the reset button, though you'll have to pay the nanite cost again.
Damn, I didn't grab the damn nanites.
You can use nanites to buy items from replicators.
Please make your
God, it's so
Use a
bright.
replicator, interact with it,
Please
then
make
select the item
if you enjoyed replicating
If
with
you
us.
have the correct amount of
Remember,
nanites for the item, it will
Tuesdays are
drop into the
double
slot
rep
below.
days.
Make sure you pick up your purchases before you leave.
They're basically like your item machines from the first
This
game.
is a security camera. If a camera spots you, it will raise an alarm and summon security forces to your location. You can either wait out the alarm, or access the nearest security computer to stop the alarm immediately. You can also hack security computers to temporarily disable all cameras and turrets in the area. To hack a security computer, interact
This is
with
really
the
easy.
computer, then select the hack button.
Wow.
Security system offline.
Ba-da-dum.
You've learned the basics of the technical skills. There are several other technical skills you'll learn throughout the course.
Inside, you will learn... We've provided you with a virtual interface and the temporary ability to project simulated psionic powers. Once you leave this area, these powers will be lost to you. The bottom bar in the lower left of your screen tells you how many psi points you have. Psi points represent your current ability to use psi powers. Psi hypos will replenish your psi points. Try using a psi hypo. This psi amp amplifies your psi powers and lets you project them into the real world. To equip it, pick it up and go into use mode. You can either drag the psi amp to the weapons equip slot or press equip from the actions menu. Firing the psi amp activates your currently selected psi discipline. You currently have access to 2 disciplines, cryokinesis and kinetic redirection. Psi disciplines can be switched by pressing the Cycle Powers button, or from within use mode. Later, pressing the weapon setting button will allow you to select Psi disciplines from higher tiers. You can also choose Psi disciplines and tiers in the Psi section of your MFD. Use cryokinesis to destroy the robot, and kinetic redirection to pull that nanite container towards you. Be careful. Holding the fire button can augment the power, but holding it for too long will cause burnout, which will damage you. If you run out of psi points, use another psi hypo.
There's your burnout animation.
Mastery of the mind is a slow but rewarding process.
Here's where you make your choice, soldier. Here's where you enlist in one of the 3 branches of the military. Once you decide on your branch of service, there's no going back. A shuttle will take you to a UNN orbital space station where you'll receive a briefing regarding your yearly postings. Good luck.
This is... I always thought this is kind of a cool intro, but I know a lot of people think it's kind of weird. This is how they do your tutorial. I don't know. It's cool. There's excuse me. There's a trophy for starting every playthrough as all 3 disciplines, and then finishing one as all 3 of them. Honestly, I might end up recording all my playthroughs for the platinum for this game. Just some of them might not have my dial or my commentary because I just want to do it when my roommates are home. UNN starts with you.
Not every boarding party. The Navy maintains a survival... If
Oh yeah, I probably should let these play out.
The Navy maintains a... Not every boarding party has the luxury of gravity. So the Corps strongly recommends every one of its brethren get in some zero-G training. A year aboard the training station Guadalcanal should suffice. The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io, the 3rd moon of Jupiter. Pros, there's no better way to improve stamina and survival skills. Cons, the 21.2% mortality rate.
Jesus.
Plus, you gotta spend the year with a bunch of Navy skanks.
Jesus.
If you're partial to spending time with a lot of high explosives, this posting is for you. There's a lot of heavy lifting, but Ordnance also gets the first pick of booze and other goodies coming aboard the supply ship Gallo. Lock and load.
Normally, I actually do the agility one, but I don't know. I feel like doing strength. Oh, it's loud! February 12th, 2122. Or 2112. I guess I was wrong. Your stint aboard the UNN Gallo is finished. Well, you spent more exciting years, haven't you, Marine? Hoorah! If you ever look at another UNN packing crate, you put a bullet in your head. Jesus! But you used the time well and bulked up considerably. You gained 2 strength. Year 2.
Dummy ammunition, live ammunition, moving targets, stationary targets, live targets. The Port MacArthur training facility has enough hardware to warm the heart of any leatherneck. The automated asteroid ore facility in JM 432 supply the UNN shipyards, so they're crucial to defense. However, they're also prime candidates for hackers. Somebody's gotten their claws into the primary data loop, and they need a team to head in there and blast their way past the automated defense systems.
I have a thing of bread again, so part of my chewing.
A tour of duty aboard the Antigua should let you pick up some one-on-one beam weapon training from Gunnery Sergeant Malloy. But heads up, she's a world-class SOB. The automated asteroid ore facility in JM 432 supply the UNN shipyards, so they're crucial to defense. Dummy ammunition, live ammunition, moving targets, stationary...
February 23rd, 2113. Time to get out of Point MacArthur and back to Wake Island Station. You got to pick up and refill more ammo casings than you can count. You even got to occasionally play the live target in an expert exercise. Jesus. But still, you can't spend a year at the MAC without learning something. You picked up a good amount of standard weapon skill and even impressed some of the MAC's technicians. You gained 2 standard weapons. Year 3.
The Colony Air Service gets the dregs of the fleet, and the Antigua is the dregs of the dregs. You'll learn a lot about recalcitrant machinery on a tour of duty aboard the Antigua, if it doesn't blow you to hell and back first. The Pleiades trading station's long been a haven for the black market. However, up until now, they have not interfered with the running of station operations. Recent reports indicate that the Pleiades command staff has been overthrown, and the station is under the control of a self-appointed magnate. This must be rectified and a Marine presence maintained on the station. The UNN Secretary General's office needs a full staff of armed guards. When things are dull, it requires a lot of standing around looking good in a uniform. When things are bad, it can require fending off a side terrorist assault. The Pleiades trading... The Colony Air Service gets the dregs of the fleet, and the Antigua is...
February 9th, 2114. Get back to Wake Island Station pronto. Your tour duty on the duty on the UNN Antigua is finished. You kept the Antigua running for 6 months when every system in the book crashed daily. But your real problems came when the convicts the air service was shipping through decided to try a revolt. Took you the rest of the trip to get the smell of explosives out of the air scrubbers, but you learned how to repair the damned things. You gained 1 repair. Soldier, your application to join the crew of the Rickenbacker has an improved report to shuttle Mayfair at Port Francisco 0400 on this day. Get ready to become part of history, soldier. WBD.
Shuttle A138, you have clearance for landing on the Von Braun in Shuttle Bay 2. Welcome aboard, soldier.
5 months later, UNN Von Braun, near Tau Ceti 5, 67 trillion miles from Earth.
Reinitializing memory strings. Restoring patient memory. Restoring memory. Restoring memory.
Steady yourself, soldier. This is Dr. Janice Polito of the computer ops staff of the Von Braun. You're safe for the time being. You're recovering from the effects of surgery and will be unable to remember any of the events of the last few weeks. You're on board the starship Von Braun and something's gone very, very wrong. Some kind of force has hijacked this ship. That's why you volunteered to be implanted with some experimental cybernetic implants. Rely on your cyber interface. It just might save your life. You must find an elevator and come up to
God,
Deck
this
4
intro's
to
so
meet me.
fucking good.
Deck 4. Can you remember that? But keep your eyes open. They're after us both now.
God, I love this game. Please? Okay, I was about to say, if this game crashes right as I say it's fucking good, that's gonna be very ironic.
Watch out. I'm getting strange readings from that radar dish outside the window. It's become unstable due to... Move! Take cover!
I'm gonna raise the volume a little bit. Or raise the gamma as well.
Critical decompression hazard in the cryo.
That took me way too long to figure out you're supposed to do that the first time I played this.
The entire sector is depressurizing and the little vacuum shield won't last long. Get through a secure airlock before you're sucked into space. Move it!
Oh, fuck. Actually, I'm gonna look to see something quick. Controls, bindings. Play on red lock. Here we go.
Great. Gotta change the access codes out of Cryo A again. Like I've got nothing better to do. I think Grassy just likes to make work for me. I'll set the new code to 45100. That should be
Please
easy
hold
enough to
the
remember.
to cryo recovery B. Decompression event imminent.
This power cell is dead. There should be a recharger nearby. Just use it. Good. You've managed to get out before the whole area depressurized. I've just uploaded you some cybernetic modules. You can use them to upgrade your cybernetic rig at the upgrade units in this area. There are 4 types of units in the next room. One for each subsystem of your cybernetic gear. Stats, psi, weapons, and tech.
Oh, let her finish.
Use the modules carefully. They're hard to come by.
There's like 600, I think, in the game that you can get between like the quests and the ones that are hidden in the maps. So maps, to access maps for the map for a section of a level, enter use mode and press the map button. The map will display rooms that you've already been to and will highlight the room that you're in. If you have the specially Wear OS upgrade, the map will also display the areas you have not been to and enemies in the current sub-level. I never have gotten that upgrade. I don't see a use for it. Maybe I'll do it this time just to see what it does. One sec. Actually, let's try map. I'm the map. I'm the map. Toggle mini map. Okay, I was about to say, if we don't have the mini map, I'm going to be very sad, because I kind of rely on that. Okay, so, tech, hack. Probably should get a hack skill very quickly. Repair, modify, maintenance, research. Basic abilities, strength, endurance. Okay, actually, let me talk about this. Hack, self-explanatory. Hacks let you hack stuff. Repair, determines your chances of repairing broken weapons and computer systems. Modify, lets you enhance your guns. Maintenance lets you repair your guns. So, like, it's like the little maintenance tool that they had you in the using the tutorial. Research lets you research certain stuff. Lets you research stuff. Most of the research stuff is it's like 70% is like stuff that does more damage to X enemy type, and then there's a couple guns that you need to research to be able to use, or weapons you need to research to be able to use them. Strength determines your inventory capacity and the amount of damage you inflict in hand-to-hand combat. All armor and some weapons have a minimum strength requirement, like the heavy weapons have a strength requirement. Endurance is your health points and endurance to radiation. Psi is your psi powers, how powerful they are, and how much psi you can have in reserve. Like you can see I only have 15, when in the tutorial I had like 60. As my max, agility determines your movement speed and reduces damage from falling. Cybernetic affinity improves your chances of successfully using the hack, repair, and modify skills. Also lessens the number of dangerous nodes. Psionics, this is all your psionic abilities. Okay, and then there's standard weaponry, which is like your pistol, shotgun, assault rifle, kind of spoilers. Energy is your energy pistol. The laser rapier from System Shock 1, it comes back and it's very fucking good. And then a laser rifle, which is very, very, very fucking good. And then heavy is grenade launcher, and then a couple other weapons that I've never actually used the other heavy weapons. I've never found a reason to. Okay, so psi abilities. This is your first tier, so you need to grab this upgrade before you can use any of these. Okay, so Cyber Reflective Stream protects you from 15% of all combat damage. Eliminates all weapon kickback. Pulls an object towards you. Increases your agility. Increases your cybernetic affinity. Launches a heat-draining projectile. Equally effective against robotic and non-robotic enemies. Higher psi increases damage. And then makes active alarms time out faster. You can't even check the other... Oh, no, you can. Okay, good. So this is tier 20, so this is usually the only ones I do, is I use the healing one. Okay, so I have been in here. This is where she told me about the cybernetic upgrade modules. That's the guy I looted already. Here we go.
Hey Doc, a security bot showed up with orders from you to place this grunt into the recovery freezer. I'm no cyber doc, but I know a plant job when I see one. I suppose you know they outlawed R-grade cyber goodies after that fiasco back on Citadel Station. But hey, I just work here, right?
For those who don't remember, Citadel is where the first game takes place. Software helps you to perform the various technical tasks that are such as hacking, repairing, and modifying higher levels of software. Provide greater bonuses to these operations, both increasing your chance of success on any given node and decreasing the number of dangerous nodes. The exact details of any given task will be indicated in the NFD when you attempt to perform it. So, the first skill is usually the most expensive for a bit. So, like, let me show you. In this case, it's 12, and then I think it goes down to 8. Yeah, that goes down to 8. And then it goes back to, like, I think it's like 20 or something. There's not enough for you to be able to get every upgrade in the game, obviously, in one run. Because that'd be too easy. So, like, if you had a Psi interface, you would be able to use pull to grab that item. A lot of this stuff is stuff that's explained in the tutorial.
Can somebody let me out? I can't find my card. Please, let me out of here.
Is she not going to do her speech? Or is that later? I guess that's later. Oh, please don't tell me this broke already. One sec. One sec. Okay, thank God. I thought my headphones broke for a sec. Whew. Literally would have been the worst game to have them break with. God, I was terrified for a sec there. Yeah, I'm skipping most of these because they talked about this already.
Well done. I'm uploading some more modules.
Hurry!
I'm gonna save quick. Just because we don't have the replicator online yet. Or the respawn thing.
Why is it that no one listens to me? The security protocols on the Xerxes system are clearly immature. Some idiot hacked into the primary data loop last night and made Xerxes sing Elvis Presley songs for 3 hours. I finally had to pull the voice subsystem offline. What would happen if someone with a real agenda...
Damn it. So yeah, basically they're saying how easy it was for Xerxes to get hacked. So basically, okay, let me try this way. Xerxes is, basically like the Shodan of this ship. But in case it isn't obvious, Shodan is still a threat here in this game. This is going to take me a few attempts. I usually don't do a low endurance run. I'm gonna let this play.
Why is it that no one listens to me? The security protocols on the Xerxes system are clearly immature. Some idiot hacked into the primary data loop last night and made Xerxes sing Elvis Presley songs for 3 hours. I finally had to pull the voice subsystem offline. What would happen if someone with a real agenda got into him?
Called up around 0430 to help unload the shuttle coming back from Tau Ceti. Kerenskin was there alone. Jesus, what the hell happened to him? He'd lost most of his hair, and you could see these lumps on the side of his neck. And that smell. I told him he should go see Dr. Watts, but he told me to mind my own business. La-di-da.
On most decks, you'll find a quantum bioreconstruction device. Xerxes shut them all down, but I've discreetly put them back online. You'll need to interface with each machine locally to provide a quantum entanglement sample. Once you do that, the device will be able to rebuild your body essentially from scratch. It's not pleasant, but it's preferable to slow decomposition.
This is Xerxes. Please report any unauthorized database interactions to your direct superior.
I've been unable to get in touch with Delacroix. This place is falling apart, and members of my team keep disappearing. The leaks in the venting shaft shorted out the primary access channel.
Sorry, there's like so many different dialogue trees going on.
Power until we can get it back up. That means all the lifts are out. Marie, where the hell are you?
Hi there. Please make your selection.
I think it's like 10 nanites to respawn, if I remember correctly.
Xerxes has control of the ship's security system. Avoid or destroy any security cameras you see. You can hack security computers to power down the cameras.
I gotta check controls quick. I guess there's no fast... What?
2 if you're good enough. But don't botch the job or you'll set off the alarm yourself. Your corpse is useless to me.
I guess... Oh, God, that might make it a little bit annoying. Fuck. So, like, in the, I gotta sneeze quick. So, like, in the PC version, there's, like, a little, obviously, because, you know, there's buttons on the keyboard, there's a way to hot switch your weapon ammo. Fuck.
Access needed.
Access needed.
That insipid computer Xerxes has shut down the elevator as well. You can transfer power at the engine core on deck 1, which will get the elevator up and running again. But you can't use the elevator to get down there. Wait. There's some kind of maintenance access right on this hallway. You can use it to reach deck 1. However, it's locked, and Xerxes is hiding the passcode from me. Dr. Watts should have the code. He's probably in the crew subsection. Grassi has the key to get in there, but he's in the medical subsection, probably near the biopsy lab. Now get to the medical subsection and find Grassi.
Ever since we reached Tau Ceti, the lab monkeys have been acting strangely. Nurse Lesser picked one out of a cage to be brought in for vivisection, and the rest of them, I mean the entire group, stood up on their legs and howled. This wasn't just a random display. It was a protest.
So something cool about this is that aside from a few lines in the tutorial that mention right clicking, because you know you can't right click on a controller, all the dialogue is like using the same recordings from the original game.
Access needed. Hi there. Please make your selection.
Thank you for choosing Value Rep. I don't really use the replicators too much until like the late game when they start giving you some of the better ammo types.
Each deck has a chemical storeroom where you can find the resources you need to research the artifacts you'll find around the ship. Don't try to carry around all the chemicals at once. It's impractical and unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
Your software will tell you what chemicals it needs and when.
The harmony is dead.
Yeah. Basically telling you robots use armor piercing. Fleshy people use regular bullets, or anti-personnel, I mean.
This is unauthorized usage of firearms aboard the Von is a Class 3 infraction.
God, it sounds so wet when it hits the ground. Okay, so I skipped the first part of this. It's picked up 2 more cybernetic modules. I skipped the first part of this. You're supposed to run over to the Med-Sci area, if I remember correctly. Like over... No, not over here. Is it over here? God, I can't remember anything is now. No, it's not over here. Here we go. Fuck! Gotta wait for the dirt. There we go.
The power outage has also taken out access to this bulkhead. It's the only way to get to the medical subsection. Pick up the battery from the floor and find a recharger. The one you used before is in hard vacuum now, I'm afraid, but there should be another one on this deck. Once you get the battery recharged, place it in the auxiliary override.
Marie, I've got to restrict access to engineering until we can figure out what to do down there. It's just too hot. I don't know where all the hazard suits went, so I'm reduced to bringing down an armful of rad hypos. Those damn things always give me a headache.
Okay, now we go back over this way. Oops. X square and then triangle. Oops, went the wrong way again.
Well done. I'm uploading some cybernetic modules. Find an upgrade unit as soon as you can.
Oh, this is how I'm going to end this episode, actually. It's talking about this. So this game was made by Ken Levine. And for people who know their gaming history, Ken Levine is a pretty big name. He made Bioshock and Bioshock Infinite after this. And I love Bioshock 1. But the more that I've replayed this game, the more I've seen holes with Bioshock 1. Like, it definitely feels like they took some of the stuff that made me love this game out of Bioshock because it wouldn't have been as marketable. Because immersive sims have never really done that well, aside from, like, the original Deus Ex and Human Revolution. Those are, like, the two off the top of my head that I can think of that sold very well. So, yeah. Like, Ken Levine is... And then Judas is basically this again, his next game, whenever the fuck that comes out. Anyway, that'll be where I end this part, and then I'll rant more about Ken Levine in the next episode. Bye-bye now.